Oh God. Better get that sorted and take a seat because this is going to be fun. Hi guys, I'm Leanne and I'm on a weight loss journey. I am recording this mostly for myself and my own therapy. I have decided to log each aspect of my thoughts, feelings, my journey, my weight loss, my achievements, my fat shames. I call them fat shames, but like my low ebbs, my low points, in things that have motivated me to get to this point where I am now doing this. And this one here may be the hardest video that I am gonna make. I am promising to myself that I am gonna stay honest. I'm not hiding stuff. I'm just gonna lay it bare, and it's a means of talking to somebody, I suppose, and reflecting and not hiding anymore. So having been fat my entire life, and I mean entire life, I was born basically overweight. Oh God, this is gonna be me just sat talking. So I'm sorry if it's boring, if anybody ever gets to see this, but I feel like this has just happened to me. And it's been really hard and really upsetting, and I've had to wait for everybody to be out of the house so I can record this, because these thoughts and feelings are something that I generally hide from people and I don't really talk about it. So the weather is hot as we head into summer, and my body is now screaming out and showing me signs of health issues. And this is something that I have known all along. I have had tests for my thyroid. I have had, I once lost sensation in my legs and my feet. I went to hospital. I had tons and tons and tons of tests. And given that I'm a fat bird, and I mean severely overweight, everything came back pretty clear, and it ended up being a part of a viral infection that I don't really like taking medication, so I'd skipped out of being of going to the doctors for antibiotics for a chest infection due to COVID, and I ended up with this viral infection that I'd left for so long, and it removed sensation from my legs and feet. I'm not gonna lie, given my age and the fact that I am really overweight, I was scared and I'd put it all down to my weight, which I'm sure that if I were thinner that it would have been better, but actually it weren't. And I'm lucky for that and I'm grateful. However, my legs and feet are always swollen. I've got pigmentation issues that have arisen. They're really patchy. And I've never actually found out what the pigmentation issues were caused by. That is a little bit down to denial and survival. So for me to live my life as a severely overweight person, obese, I have a tendency to shove right to the back of my mind anything that's related to being fat, any effects it has, and things like that. I always soldier forward and try really hard not to let my weight affect me. I never, ever, ever talk to anybody about it. I always make excuses, and I avoid going to the doctors because of my weight issues, because if I avoid it, then it's not as real. And that's probably why I've never battled my weight issues before, but that's been a coping mechanism that I've had since I was really young, because that's the only way to survive and not be manically depressed because of the effects of weight on you, mostly from society and other people, but also myself, because while I was denying it, I didn't have to do anything about it. However, since I've been mid-30s onwards, I have suffered with, I got these pigmentation marks on my feet and my legs. They progressively got worse. And I also suffer with swelling of my feet and my legs. So the weather is hot and it's summer, and my feet and legs have swollen absolutely horrendously. Now, me being me, I'm not letting it stop me wearing a dress that's not right down to the floor and my feet and legs aren't covered. I do wear flip-flops and sandals, and I love my, God, my favourite shoes, what are they called? Birkenstocks, love them. And so I wear them because really and truly, if people look at me, they're going to judge me anyway. So I may as well be happy in what I'm wearing and comfortable rather than walking around in layers and layers and layers of clothes, because they're going to see how fat I am anyhow. You can't hide it. I mean, I'm not saying that you don't wear clothes to try and hide it, because I do, so because I won't lie. However, there's a part of me that just wears what I want to an extent, what I feel comfortable in, even if people are going to look at me. Like, I will have my arms out regardless of the fact that, Jesus Christ, look at the state of that. But what's the alternative? People are going to look at me and see that I'm fat anyway. So I may as well be cool and people look at me and like snigger and probably look down on me because of my arms, rather than wearing a jumper during hot weather and feel real uncomfortable as well. So we went out this weekend and my legs are so swollen. I've looked in the mirror. I've actually got a crease around my ankle because the bottom of my ankles have like really swollen, and then my legs at the top have swollen, and they've gone like really red, and I can feel in my skin that they just feel weird. I don't really know the word to describe it. Now, I'm used to them swelling up, and I generally just carry on with life and push through it and ignore it. However, given the fact that I am trying my best to increase my health, and I think these videos are really helping because it's making me be honest about what's happening rather than be in denial and shove it to the back of my mind. So I went to the pharmacy yesterday and I'm thinking I've got severe water retention. So went to the pharmacy and there's nothing over the counter that they can give me. It's told me to drink tonic water because that can help. Try and wear these like stockings on them and that'll help drain it out. And then that's about it. So I rang the doctors and asked for an appointment so I could maybe have this looked at properly, thinking that I would get water tablets to get rid of this. So I went to the doctors last night at 8 o'clock. I got an appointment thinking, do you know what? I need to stop being in denial. I need to face up to it. I need to go and have a look what's wrong. And do you know, like, if I've got a health complication, it needs to be medicated and controlled and sorted. So I went up to the doctors. Never met this guy before, never been there before. This doctor was amazing. Usually you walk into a doctor's, or this is my experience of doctors and GPs, you walk in, you talk to them, they've got no empathy, no understanding, throw whatever they can at you just to get you out of the room, and you're in there 3 minutes. This guy was beautiful. He spoke to me really nicely. We had a bit of a chat before he even asked me what was wrong. I spoke to him about what it were. He spoke to me about my weight loss journey so far and then what I was doing. He gave me some tips and advice, and he was just gorgeous. So he checked me thoroughly over my legs. He checked my pulse. I don't know what he checked. He checked my oxygen levels. He asked about my health at minute and on what medication I were on, if I'm not on any medication, by the way. He was very thorough, very friendly, very easily to approach. We had a bit of banter, a bit of laugh, and I must have been in there half an hour at least. I've never, ever, ever had a doctor's appointment that was half an hour. And usually when I talk to people about my weight in terms of doctors, I get dismissed. They are not interested at all. And basically you're cast out on your own. It is so reassuring that out there are doctors that have understanding and give you the time to maybe advise you and help you a little bit. So if you're somebody that has been to the doctors and been dismissed, please go and see somebody else. Find a doctor that will. Keep going. Go 20 times until you find a doctor that will, because I didn't think they existed, and they do. I can't even remember his name, but he was amazing. And I literally, if I could transfer over to him to be my GP all the time, I 1000% would. So he checked me over, and to sum it up, my legs are swollen and have gone red because my veins and things, my venous returns and it is limited. My lymphatic drainage system is shot for shit, basically. And he sat and advised me on what the options were. So one of the options is that I take some water tablets. However, these can affect your kidney functioning, We discussed this, me and this doctor, and he said he'd prefer not to. Just and he's reluctant to give people like water tablets that maybe don't need them as much, and there could be other ways to like control and help you, because they can send you into kidney failure, and that is not what we want, because overall I am trying to get healthier, not mess something else up. I am very conscious that I don't want to replace one problem with another. So I am not going to take water tablets, although given the feeling in my feet, it'd been nice to get rid of it for a few days. But we decided against that. That was one option. The next one to help reduce it is to, oh God, what was it? Oh, to wear stockings and elevate my legs. So the weather at the moment is absolutely boiling hot. I don't feel like wearing stockings through the day, and given the fact that I'm going to be wearing stuff that's more summery, they will be outrightedly on show. However, I do think I'm going to put some pressure stockings on in the evening in bed just for while I'm asleep, because that can help drain it out and maybe reduce the swelling. I'm going to start sitting and elevating my legs. I've got a tendency, you know, because at work I'm on my feet all the time, and when I'm sat at the breakfast bar in my kitchen, the stools we've got are quite rubbish for circulation, and I can sit at those for hours, because when I'm doing stuff for Quirky Duck as other business, I can sit there for hours, like making jewellery and things like that, and doing social media, and I'm going to try and reduce that. So I'm going to start like laying horizontally and giving my body a little bit of time to breathe. Ultimately, me and this doctor were talking, and he was being so polite and skating around the subject until I just went, it's because I'm fat in it. And he like smiled and tried to be really coy and polite, and I just said, this does me no good. Just like, let's be honest about it. This is because of my weight. And he checked my records and had a look about my weight and where I were, and I'm in obesity category 3, which I'm not gonna lie, absolutely is painful. We discussed like what my BMI were. He didn't put it into a calculator, but for obviously like being in category 3 means like I am off the charts really. And ultimately it concluded that smoking and being overweight is the reason that I've got now lymphedema in my legs, and my legs are swelling and a bright red. I can use a cool compress, maybe not a compress really, but like a cooling thing to try and reduce this. The redness, he said, is due to the heat, because the dilation of my capillaries in my veins and things. But really and truly, pressure socks is just going to be a short-term thing. In the morning, if I wear them overnight, it's going to get rid of the swelling, but through the day they will just swell straight back up. Water tablets are now not an issue, like not even an option, because I'm not going to take those and end up with kidney problems. Oh God, I'm talking like this because do you know, like I can tell that my talking's changed, because I'm trying to hold back like how crap and painful it is that is what I'm going through. So as a means to be honest about this as my legs and how swollen and what they look like now. So as you can see, they are really red and inflamed. You can see that I've got pigmentation on there that's on the top of my foot and like rises up my foot. My feet and my toes are really swollen. They look like elephant's feet. They are so unattractive, and I don't think it helps because I've got quite small feet. So they like, oh God, they just look terrible. They look absolutely disgusting. Not only do they look disgusting, but they feel awful too. The crease and the swelling around my ankle and the bottom of my leg is just awful. I'm going on about how it looks. It feels horrible, but it feels horrible to walk around and have people see my legs like that, because people aren't stupid and they know that's down to my weight. And then I feel annoyed at myself for letting me get to that point. So ultimately, I have no choice really. Not that I've got a choice anyway because of other health conditions and stuff that I could end up getting. But for me to get rid of this swelling and sort myself out and not end up like my legs are like 80, 90-year-olds legs, you know, when you go into heart failure. I don't think I'm in heart failure, but that is what they look like. I ignore my feet and my legs because they do swell and they do look horrible. So I don't really take care of them other than just painting my toenails with gel. But realistically, it's a bit of an issue that my legs and my feet are so ugly. I get really bad dry skin on the bottom, and because I can't bend down properly to cut my toenails and to do my hard skin work and things like that, they end up in a mean state. One of the reasons a few of the reasons why I'm recording this is one, accountability, two, being honest with myself because it's so easy to be in denial. Three, I want to look back on this video and have made changes. I want to one day be able to make a video where my legs and feet don't look like this, that they are so much better and I've made that positive change. I want to be able to see the change and I don't want to feel like this anymore. I am heartbroken. I'm devastated actually. Like, I'm so annoyed at myself that I'm quite a strong, intelligent person, me, and my entire life I have let my weight affect me, and I've let my weight affect my like, I know I had before anyway, but I'm trying to be really realistic and honest, and like, I never cry in front of anybody. Like, I'm fed up of being overweight. I'm fed up. I'm scared. Now I'm getting older, I'm a bit scared that being overweight is going to massively like affect my health and that I won't be here to see my kids grow up and get married and do what they're doing. I think part of the issue's always been that I always put everything else and everybody else first, and that is because I'm a nice person. I want people to be okay, but it's like, it's something that I've learned to do, I suppose, and I think in helping other people it means that I don't have to face my own crap and do it. Like, nobody knows that I feel this shitty about myself, and I'm sorry for swearing, but like, I'm so upset that I've let my health get to this stage, and it's only because I'm reaching 40 and I'm growing up that I'm actually facing it and I'm not just putting it off and just pretending it's not happening. And I mean, that's a positive, don't get me wrong, but God, it's so hard and horrible to like make this video and talk about it properly, you know, and be honest about it. I'm so annoyed with myself, but I'm hoping that I can use this as a bit of a drive to get better. Do you know, oh God, sorry, I've got to breathe. I'm really sorry for crying, like, I'm the ugliest person anyway, so never mind when I've got like, I'm crying. But anyway, I am now hoping that having made this video and being honest with myself about it, it gives me like the upset and the emotions that I feel. I can use that energy as a, like, instead of it being negative and dragging me down, I'm gonna use it as a means to like really be determined and push on with sticking to this diet, and like, even if it's just half a pound a week, or do you know, like, sometimes maintaining, even if it's the slowest progress ever to man, making these videos, and I watch them back. Actually, that I am sad, I don't know if anybody else does that, but I watch them back and it makes me, I don't know, I motivate myself. I have started to watch other people online that have been successful, but a lot of the Slimming World things that I'm watching, people aren't as fat as me. They haven't started as fat as me. They haven't, then don't really, like, they're not there. So I don't feel like I've got anybody properly to identify with. The only people that I've found so far that are like quite big like me are generally like Americans, and I've not found anybody yet that I've watched and identified with and I can relate to, I suppose, that is still going through their journey like I am. Most people that are on there are people that have lost the weight already, and that's lovely, and I do find it motivating, don't get me wrong, but I just feel quite alone right now, and quite marginalised, I suppose, because nobody else has got this much weight to lose that I know, and that's not only that, nobody's honest, nobody really talks freely about things, and like my videos are never ever, if they ever get released and people watch them, they're not ever meant to offend anybody, and I don't want to upset anybody. It's more maybe because I wish I had somebody that had filmed their progress like this and that spoke like honestly and truthfully about all the fat shames and what they're doing and how slow it is and how they're feeling and things like that, so I could relate to. So I suppose like now as I'm going along, maybe rather than feeling like I need to hide these videos, I maybe one day release them so somebody else can maybe not feel as isolated and as shitty as what I have. And to be honest, I can't imagine that anybody had let themselves go as far as what I have. But on a positive note, I'm heading on. So I'm just going to show you, actually, if we're going to have like an honest video that's like really hard to do, let me show you how horrendous I am. I've got a positive, so this isn't all going to be like a negative, mardy, moody, horrible video if anybody's actually got this far. So look at that. That is absolutely horrendous. I'm hoping that this is going to reduce, because that is just like, I've even got fat around my elbow. Everything's fat. Like, I wonder to myself if my hands might shrink, because look at this. I've even got fat around all my hands. Anyway, I do feel like I've already lost weight around my face, but this is just crazy. I've got all this to go. So at least I'm documenting it. Oh, that from the side. Can you see it from the side? I can't see it from the side because I turned away from the picture. On a positive note, this dress I ordered last year from Shein, a size 4XL, which is R24. However, it just didn't fit properly at all. I could not wear it out of the house. So although it's a bit rubbish because it's got no sleeves, as you can see now, there is round my boobs a little bit of a gap. And this before were like this on my boobs, like skin tight. Now I've got a bit of space. Well, I've got a lot of space actually there, more than what I thought. Now, I'm not saying that this doesn't fit me, because it does fit me, but actually I've got quite a bit of space there. That's not bad, is it? That completely at the top did not fit me. Right, let me just move my chair and then I can show you this. Because this did not fit me at all. Like, I'm quite proud of myself, because this now, and I hope you can see it, has got a looseness to it. So this before, do you know like where I've got my apron here, where my fat's really massive? Like, and do you know like this side bit, I've like got chunks of fat here and here. And like you can see, actually, I would never bear my belly thingy, but I feel like I'm breathing in now because I'm showing you. This fitted, well, it was like this, it was skin tight, so it was like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm fat, but as you can see, the material's looser. So, I can actually, like, wear this now and wear it out in public without feeling, like, you can, obviously if the wind blows, you're going to see my fat, but reality is I'm fat, so you're going to see that anyway. And this is what I'm saying about I'm not hiding stuff anymore, because it's getting ridiculous. However, I felt uncomfortable when it was skin tight like this. And as you can see, I've actually got like a little bit of room. Like, can you see that moving? It's just moving. So this is from the front. And although my arms are absolutely, look how fat my arms are. Can you see the back of my elbow? Isn't that just disgusting? And you know, like the crease there at the back of my armpit. Like, I hope one day that goes. But I actually, look, I've got some room. Like, I've actually got some room. Like, let me pull it tight. It was tighter than this when I bought it, but look, I've got this room here. I've actually got some room. Like, I would never wear this tight because look at that, you can just see all my hair. But I'm hoping that this will slowly reduce and this will become too big. What else I've found is that it's actually longer now. I've lost some weight. Yeah, so this dress used to be, I'd probably guess it would just round my knees there. So it used to sit like this when I was fatter, you know, when it was stretched out. And now they can go long, look, it's longer. So that, my friends, is my dress that now fits me. So that is my positive of the video, a non-scale victory. I am currently weighing in at 21 stone 7.5, I think, after the last weigh-in. Which not great, but I mean, I need, like, my first aim, if you've not watched any of my videos, is to get out of the 20s. I had to lose 5 stone 2 pounds to get there. I had to, well, I still have got to. I've lost just about 3.5 stone so far. I am so excited to try and get to that 4 stone. I know it's slowed down, so it's probably going to take me the rest of July to get there. But I'm quite excited to be there. And I think it's because it's like, I have got my 10% club, so I've lost 10% already of my body weight. But hell, I've got to lose a hell of a lot more. This video's gone on and on and on, so I'm going to stop it there and stop rabbiting on and crying and being moody and moody. I can't imagine somebody's going to sit through that for that amount of time. But yay, victories and losses all in one video. Hopefully here's to being, oh, do you know what else I'm going to do? Sorry, before I jump off, I've decided I'm going to go through my wardrobe, try stuff on, because I've got jeans that now are falling down my back size, list it on Vinted, sell it on Vinted, and buy myself back some secondhand clothes that are the right size. Like jeans, I need a pair of jeans because all mine are now really saggy, you know, around your tuppence area in your bum. And when I walk, they like fall down, and my pants are big as well. So on Vinted, I am aiming to buy myself a pair of jeans, like stretchy jeans, so they fit me and then they can shrink a little bit with me. Try not to use money to buying clothes. I have got summer dresses and stuff which now fit me, some fit me, and some will shrink a bit with me because they're just floaty ones. I'm aiming not to really buy a lot of clothes through this. I think I might upload a picture of what I sort out and what I sell on Vinted and how much I earn off it, and well, I'm saying earn, how much I bank into the Vinted account, and then I'm going to try and buy back what I need to buy. I haven't got a clue what size I am. I might have just dropped, I was in a size 24. This is a 24. I think my absolute biggest, before I started dieting, that my biggest actually I was edging into the size 26. Not gonna lie. So now I have not got, because all my clothes are like stretchy and just don't fit me. So the jeans now that are falling down are a size 24. I'm thinking that I've dropped into a 22. But I might not be fully there yet. I'm really skeptical. I don't feel like I've dropped a dress size. I don't at all, because I am massive. So the aim today is to go to the shops with Tia when she finishes college. I'm going to try on in Asda, I think I'm going to go, because they're just cheap jeans there. Try on some different like styles and size jeans. See what actually I can get around my fat ass to get an average size of what I am. And then once I've sold some clothes, I can buy myself some clothes on Vinted that are that size that will maybe even fit. I think I might try some tops on, because some of them are actually this, but I suppose I could just buy styles that don't fit. Like not don't fit, but I mean that are flary, so they could fit a couple of sizes. So that is today's aim. And that is positive. Look, my persona, like I know, like my persona's completely changed, and I've put my wall up and I'm getting on with life and I'm being positive, and I'm not going to concentrate on the negative of what I'm feeling regarding my feet and my health conditions. I'm going to soldier on, because I don't think you can lose weight when you feel negative. I think your mind's got to be in the game. If you feel negative, if somebody's like having a go at you about losing weight, if you feel forced to lose weight, you will never succeed. You will do it for a short amount of time and then you will not carry on and you'll feel crap. Me at the moment, I'm quite a positive mindset of I've done this myself, I'm not doing it for anybody else, and nobody else is telling me to do this. And really and truly, I've rebelled my entire life against people telling me to lose weight, which is annoying because if they just left me alone, I might have got to this stage earlier. But anyway, that's another story, isn't it? Anyway, that's what I'm going to do today. So hopefully I will be able to show you guys that I've bought a pair of jeans that are a size smaller. Woohoo! Because I will record that because that is cool.